Twice's Chaeyoung, K-pop star, apologizes for a very bad symbol from the bad guy from the 1940s. Do you know who I'm talking about, Mary? He's a bad person. He's a bad person.
Are we like allowed to say the name of this symbol that she was wearing?
It's from the Yahtzees. The alt-right Yahtzees, who were actually socialists, wore this symbol. You can see it on the screen there. It's actually just a Sid Vicious shirt. From the Sex Pistols.
Wait, did you show the picture?
I'm going to put it on screen here. So it's literally just it's a picture of Sid Vicious, and so it's literally it's the worst case of like the person who gets caught wearing a band shirt from a person they've never heard of. Like the people. She
probably has no idea who Sid Vicious is.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if she's never like been educated on the fact that a swastika is like a controversial.
Yeah.
Racially charged symbol.
But not just that, ladies and gentlemen.
Despite being from Korea, I thought that was like a more widely known thing. Yeah. And then in another photo, she, I wouldn't say she was caught. This is just public. She was wearing a tube top that has a big Q on it with the U.S. flag.
Yeah.
And
I want one.
It says "We go all" under the Q.
As somebody who's never looked up Q online, I want one now, just because the Sid Vicious shirt reminds you that Sid Vicious was part of the punk rock anti-establishment movement, who very frequently wore symbols that were designed to get a rise out of people. They wanted to rile up the establishment. And what's funny here is I decided to ask ChatGPT. I had a question for ChatGPT where I basically, I really want to show it's you, me, and me and ChatGPT. That'll be a show someday, or me and AI. So I asked the question. Oh, did it go away? I said, was Sid Vicious of the Sex Pistols a Yahtzee or anti-Semitic? We know the answer to this, but it says Sid Vicious, the bassist for the Sex Pistols, was known for his controversial behavior and statements, but there is no clear evidence that he was a Yahtzee or openly anti-Semitic. It's interesting that an AI program can discern the difference between these things, but people on Twitter seem to not be able to.
So I've talked about this a lot, and how like with the rise of the internet, right? You can't just point to a place like California and be like, oh, that's how they act. Like people do like. There are people in Korea that are commenting on American politicians and yelling at them and complaining at them. Yeah. And I think we're kind of seeing the reverse of this, where it's like Americans or maybe even people of a certain descent are like, yo, this is super effed up. But it's like, yo, she's Korean.
Yeah.
Like she is removed from this situation. Not a good look. But at the same time, like you can't expect someone in a foreign country to understand what you understand and live the way that you live. Like, it makes no sense.
It's obviously suspicious that this happened 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
She is dressed by stylists who put a lot of thought into what she's wearing, and it wasn't done to
I'd argue she
stir
could
a
have just gone to a
controversy.
Goodwill.
Like,
she's not getting that QAnon shirt at the Goodwill.
Korea,
are you not?
Korea doesn't have a Goodwill. And also, Korean pop
they have
stars
thrift
aren't
stores.
allowed to have self-expression. Their self-expression is a product made by other people, committees of people. They're manufactured. In fact, other people were saying, this is why K-pop stars should finish high school, like K-pop idols should finish high school before they debut. Even just using the language debut, it's a planned thing.
It's a product.
It's a process with a set timeline, with very set stages that is managed by people above them. Almost nothing they do is about personal expression. All of this was decided for her. So my question is, who was the stylist and what was their intention? Because the stylist has to know enough English to interpret this. And where do you find a QAnon tube top unless you're specifically looking for one?
Because of like the way, we make t-shirts for $1, not even. We make them for pennies. And like this happens I've been talking about sports all day. This happens in sports teams. They'll make, in the Super Bowl, they'll have a t-shirt for each team saying, we won. Well, the team that loses, all those shirts basically get donated to another country.
Yeah.
And so you see this kind of stuff, t-shirts that make no sense, that are ridiculous. And I truly think that she probably could have just gone to a thrift shop, or maybe was just looking at thrifty American styles, and this came up, not realizing what it meant. I don't think there's any kind of like conspiracy
Like,
here.
is South Korea westernized enough that? Oh, we have one from Ryan that says, as someone from DTLA, honestly, there are a ton of naked homeless people that roam the streets, so would not be shocked if some were at one point a celebrity. Also, there are people who have soup tattooed because of the vibes. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Soup?
But yeah, like, and it's not like she looked super well kept and out of place if there's a bunch of homeless people downtown.
I guess. I would just think, like, would people not recognize her face?
Yeah, you'd think.
But I don't know if people are even looking at the faces of homeless people anymore.
Okay, so you were saying?
Like, I was asking, is South Korea westernized enough that they would have an education on the meaning of a swastika? I get maybe QAnon, you'd have no idea.
Yeah.
But a swastika?
Yeah.
Like,
sure,
it's
but like,
pretty obvious.
I mean, I can't even see it. I was looking for it in this photo. I can't even see it on the t-shirt unless it's blurred or something. Is it being blocked?
They might have blurred it.
It's
on his shirt.
Clearly
it's on
there,
the shirt that he's wearing in the picture of her.
Yeah.
So in the picture, it's a picture of Sid Vicious wearing the swastika on his shirt.
Oh, that
See
giant one. Okay, yeah, I see
that
it now.
giant one. Oh, the huge one right there in the
I
middle
see
of the
it now.
shirt.
Yeah, so...
I was looking at the photo of her with like, okay, this is some weird t-shirt inception going on.
Yeah, it is.
She's not wearing the t-shirt he wore. She's wearing a t-shirt of him wearing
a t-shirt. Yeah.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
I literally, I feel like a graphic designer that didn't know anything about like world affairs, but just like Sex Pistols bassist, and found the first image on Google and slapped it on a t-shirt, and then here we are.
I don't know.
I don't think there's...
I don't know. Nothing that K-pop stars wear is, I guess, planned by them. It's always other people that make their image for them. Everything that they choose is intentional and thought out. I don't buy that it was just like, oops, like we accidentally pissed off everyone on the internet and now you've heard of Chaeyoung from Twice.
Yeah.
Like, it's just all too convenient. So here was her apology. She said, I sincerely apologize regarding the Instagram post. I didn't correctly recognize the meaning of the tilted swastika in the t-shirt I wore. I deeply apologize for not thoroughly reviewing it, causing concern. I will pay absolute attention in the future to prevent any situations similar from happening again. Sincerely apologize again. But she didn't address the QAnon tube top.
She's like, but seriously, like Q all the way.
Yeah, but seriously, where we go one, we go all.
She's like
so.
she's like 8D chest all the way. All the way to the White House 2024. Down with George Soros.
But with the amount that like Taylor Swift fans overanalyze all of the symbolism in her concerts and her lyrics and her music videos, things she wears, things she posts, they're more like QAnon conspiracy theorists than actual
it's like
conspiracy theorists.
The OK symbol that you make with your hand. Yeah. Like, I don't even know. I didn't want to throw it up because I'm like, oh, is YouTube going to get mad? But it's like you literally go to a amusement park and because it's so loud, that's the symbol for like, we're good to go, start the ride.
Yeah.
Because the employees can't hear each other.
Yeah.
So they like, why is this controversial? You know, people, you're going to find problems if you go searching for them.
It's also a problem
you're gonna find a way to get offended.
With globalization. If there wasn't the globalization of entertainment, this wouldn't be an issue because it wouldn't be a concern over there the way it is here.
Yeah,
it's like
all
when
of the Western fans are
Yeah.
saying there's no excuse for this. There's no excuse that you wouldn't know the meaning of it, etc. But
like
you're coming
when,
at it from your own culture's perspective. You have no idea what she was raised being taught.
It's
or
like
not
the people
taught.
who have called like Idris Elba an African American. He's like, not from America. I'm British.
Yeah, it's like a failed attempt at seeming like a racially sensitive gesture.
Yeah.
And then just totally falls on its face.
You're right though
in
about Taylor
practice.
Swift fans who look. It's like pareidolia. They see stuff that isn't there. It's like they look into the clouds of Taylor Swift and make out whatever they want from all of it.
No, I saw this post from a Swiftie account on Facebook. It said red letters on Taylor Swift's 22 shirts change, and it's a secret message spelling out "Speak Now Taylor's version." Once you unscramble the letters, I decided to make this picture and put the letters together just for fun, and I think she's onto something.
Get a job.
Taylor is trying to put our detective skills to work again.
Yep. It's weird. That's as Q as anything.
Ridiculous.
That's absolutely as cute as anything
Like,
that they talk
all
about.
this
on the other
brain
side.
power being used for absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Well, we live in what did you call it? You called it the age of decadence, where you have the time and the freedom to just look for hidden meanings in Taylor Swift lyrics and videos. And maybe this is the fault of Marvel and the Easter eggs. So now people look for Easter eggs in everything.
No, yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift music videos do have Easter eggs because she's just playing into it. The fans love the camaraderie of like searching for all of the hints and the clues as to what's coming next. And it's just, being excited about the next product that is going to be sold to you.
Yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait to be a good consumer.
And people people ish post on the internet, but there's people that just ish live their lives. Like their whole life is just an ish post, So
you'd rather have a fulfilling life and be a prolific shit poster than the other way around.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people think if you shit post, you don't have a fulfilling life, a personal life.
And
but
you disagree?
I think it's the other way around. If you're not shit posting, then you're just letting all of your shit out in real life.
I guess we can say the word.
And they're right, and he's right in the chat. It says it's the same as all the kids who wear Nirvana shirts but have never heard of the band. Yeah, there's people who like buy
That's
Nirvana shirts from
trolling.
Target and then like they think it's a brand name.
No, they don't. That's trolling.
You guys are
literally getting
there are
trolled by
totally women. I guarantee you.
there's
12-year-old girls who have no idea.
There's
that
children
Nirvana
wearing
is a band.
Sublime, and it's like when you actually know what music they make, it's like this doesn't make sense.
I was just listening to April 29th, 1992 this morning.
It's a good song.
Just like LA riots. It's all cyclical, right? Like all these things come and go.
That's why I don't believe the 90s were some kind of utopia of racial harmony.
It's not that it wasn't. It's that people just weren't as hyper connected as they are on the internet now. So you weren't arguing. Like it likely was just as there was just as much lack of harmony in certain places. You just didn't come home and argue with people on the internet for hours at a time afterwards.
Right.
A lot of people are saying that this whole situation is getting misjudged.
How so?
Because I saw this tweet that worded it this way. They said K-pop stars typically perform in clothes selected by stylists who are looking at design, fonts, etc., and paying less attention to the meaning. This is not the first time this kind of thing has happened, and usually it's just kind of funny. So then they posted this picture of a different K-pop star wearing a flannel with the print MILF Hunter on it. And I don't think that they know what that means.
Probably not.
Yeah, there was another situation where a different K-pop star wore a military uniform that accidentally did have an actual swastika on a patch she was wearing.
Like, I love he's like
and then she had to like apologize. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with these K-pop stars. It's not them apologizing. It's the company that owns their group apologizing. Yeah. It's not the same thing as Western pop stars that make their own creative decisions.
As you say that, I'm kind of thinking maybe this was planned because I refuse to believe there's anything as bad press. So, like you said, now everyone knows of this Chae-young person. So maybe this was a goal all along. Be like, hey, all you have to do is wear this silly T-shirt. You're gonna piss off
that means
thousands of Americans.
They're playing with the derangement syndrome of Westerners so astutely. Like they know just what will trigger us.
Yeah, I believe it. That honestly, yeah. I
They're
feel like that's what it was.
Us
I feel like that's what it was. They're like, hey,
pawns.
we're gonna do something controversial, right? We're gonna fire up the internet. Everyone's gonna be talking about
fire up the internet.
Yeah.
We're gonna fire up the internet. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.